Hey Taurus, my bull babies, how y'all doing? So this is the second in the Taurus and whoever kissing in a tree. I was typing, I was actually trying to put that in my phone because I was trying to think of what to call this. And that's what I came up with, Taurus and whoever kissing in a tree. So that's what this reading is. This is new. I just did Taurus and Aries. If you watched that video, there was a Four of Wands that popped out when I first shuffled the cards. Let me just say to the Tauruses that are dealing with an Aries, the Four of Wands is about achieving a goal. And again, I don't know if I said it in that video because I very rarely go back and watch my videos in real time. I might watch it a week later, but I don't know if I addressed in the Taurus Aries video the Four of Wands that popped out. So let me just tell you, that's about achieving goals. And I don't remember, like I said, if I said it in the video, but that Four of Wands, you pretty much reached the summit of that relationship. And again, these readings are not going to resonate with everybody, so don't get your panties all in a bunch. She did a Taurus reading and it didn't even sound okay. Can't read for everybody. So it's gonna resonate with some, it won't resonate with others. So this is a Taurus and Taurus kissing in a tree. Kissing. I don't want to say this is just the February reading. I'm gonna just say this is the reading for January, kind of up to February, not through. See what's going on with my Taurus couples. It's going to be just like the Dig Deeper spread. 9 cards. Recent, past, present, future. 1 card for overall energy. And 3 from guidance from the universe. And I'm going to shuffle this one more time, Taurus. And then we're going to talk about the Taurus relationship. Why am I anxious? What the hell, Taurus? What y'all got going on with your Taurus partner? Jesus Christ, we are not supposed to be this anxious. Okay, so for our first card, and a reminder, I do my reading straight up. I don't do reversals. First card is a Ten of Coins. Second card is the King of Cups. I'm sorry. Third card is the Magician, and from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, Taurus and Taurus is King of Coins. So Taurus, it looks like swinging into the new year with your Taurus partner. You have been, up until this point, you've been spending a lot of time and energy trying to make the whole relationship work. It's beginning to pay off, Taurus. In this deck, Simply Deep Tarot by Chanel Bayless. This is about time and energy paying off. So it's also about old friends and bringing gifts. But in this reading particularly, this is about the time and energy that you spent thus far trying to make this union with the other Taurus work. Is getting ready to, if it hasn't started to already, it's getting ready to pay off. The King of Cups next to this is telling me that there's some emotional issues that need to be dealt with. Your partner, the thing with Tauruses and Tauruses together, you have a tendency to get into a rut because you're dealing with yourself, basically. You like the same things intuitively. You feel the same things. And so, as opposed to maybe dealing with an air or a fire sign where, at any given moment you can just expect fireworks and shit to pop off. When you're with another Taurus in particular, and it's even different still, Taurus and Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, other earth signs. But when you are dealing with yourself, it's pretty much what it is, you have a tendency to get into a rut. When you get into a rut, start dealing with addiction because you're bored. Basically, that's what it is. You're bored. You might start drinking more. If you smoke weed, you might be smoking more weed. Please don't tell me you're doing anything stronger than that. If you are, please go to rehab. But whatever your vice is, if you binge watch, now all of a sudden that's all you're doing is binge watching. And the reality of that is is that you're in a rut. You love the person, they love you, but you know, we're Tauruses, and the person you're dealing with is a Taurus. And so everything is grounded, everything is practical, and there are no fireworks. And it can get very boring, and you look up and you're like, damn, we ain't done shit. I'm in a rut. This is what this is telling me. There's some emotional issues probably under the surface that are cropping up with you and your partner because you are both Tauruses. The Magician card is telling me, and this is major arcana right there, it's telling me you can manifest some better shit. And you've probably started doing this the end of last year because you don't want to lose your partner, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship. And again, this is not going to resonate with everybody. But if you've been in a long-term relationship with your other Taurus, it's not real easy to just get up and be like, bye. So the universe right here is telling me to tell you that you can manifest different energy. If you think your relationship is worth hanging on to, you can manifest some different energy. It's going to take some work. But you see the flower sitting up there? That's the creative part of this. So get your creative juices flowing, Taurus, if you want to create some different things going on in your relationship with your Taurus. Your overall energy, the King of Coins, talks about security, stability, and comfort. Well, damn, if you're with a Taurus, I wouldn't have expected anything else really to come up. This is your overall energy. This is what the fuck we're about. Comfort, happiness, stability, security. And that's your overall feeling, even though you may have some reservations about this relationship, whatever the time limit is or has been on it, you still feel secure and you still feel stable. And it's hard to walk away from a relationship or a situation that makes you feel that way, because for Tauruses, those are big things in our lives, being secure and being stable. So you have this as your overall energy, which is not a bad thing. Let's see what we got going on with your current stuff. 4 Swords. Oop, the Moon. 8 of Wands. So, if you look, and I'm going to slide my stool back so you can see. You can't actually see the cards. But what I want you to notice, this row up here is the past, recent past. This is current. The middle card for the recent past, when we're talking about addictions, when you get into a rut, you get emotional, you kind of get stuck. The fuck? Another major arcana card right up underneath that King of Cups. So you're in your emotions, and I'm going to start from the Moon card and go back to these other two. Whatever emotional issues you've uncovered or you're dealing with your Taurus, get all of whatever out in the open, because this shit right here is the kind of shit that can brew and have you just sitting looking right stupid 2 months from now, because you will have let this dark side emotional, I'm all in my cup shit simmer, and it just fuck up. It fucks up the mood for everything. So get these secrets, these emotional issues that I know Tauruses don't always like to talk about. This might be time to have a meeting of the mind and sit down and talk about what's bothering you or things that you see that may be an issue. I'm concerned because it's coming up under this card. And this card can very easily be interpreted as becoming addicted, having vices, that kind of shit. So be careful with what you're not talking about. You probably need to talk about everything that's bothering you or your Taurus. Get it out there in the open so you're not festering. Back to the beginning of the row, you got the 4 Swords. So that's telling me, Taurus, right now, and I get this, you probably have taken a little rest from your relationship just in terms of working on it. You've taken a step back, probably have spent the last couple of weeks just focusing on work and just the mundane things, clearing up any of the holiday shit you had to clear up. There you are. Again, don't get all moony and secretive and shit. Get this shit out in the open, because if you did take a rest, your Taurus, you know how we are. If you're dealing with another Taurus, he's looking at you like, you was doing all this shit at Thanksgiving. What the hell happened? Can also cause your partner to get dark and secretive. So get shit out in the open. Whatever you thought about, whatever you are thinking about currently about your relationship, open your damn mouth. Don't let it sit and fester. Wands. Fire. Quick energy. You can make, and this is coming under the Magician. What did I say? You can do this. You can put the work in. Once you put that work in, pow. So this is a good card in terms of if you're trying to see some results of something paying off. This is a good card to have. I think if you open up out of this, and if your partner, if you can help them to open up out of this, this will look far better. Now, if you don't do anything, if you don't say anything, this could just actually go in another direction and have you looking outside of where you are. I don't have the sense here that that's what you're trying to do, Taurus, with your Taurus. You're trying to hang on to this relationship. Underlying all of that, this is a red hot card. Literally, it's red. So that means there's a lot of passion there. And if you are not feeling it or seeing it, this is telling me to tell you, get busy and start looking for it. Taurus, male or female, if you need to change up your bedroom activity, if y'all having sex just to be having sex and ain't nobody doing nothing exciting, change that shit up. Add some spice to it. We don't have to do the same thing all the time. We try something different. Let's see what we have for future energy for Taurus pairings. Ace of Cups, Queen of Coins, and the Fool card. So I think you guys can kind of see, and I'm working on getting the overhead camera so you guys can see the whole spread, but I'm going to start in the middle again so you understand how I'm seeing this. So your overall energy is about being secure and stable, the King of Coins. The middle card from your recent past is the King of Cups, about negative emotional issues, getting all in your cups basically, and being emotional. If the relationship is kind of funky, this could be the beginning of the middle of a rut. The Moon card, center. And then you got the Queen of Coins. For your future energy, and again, I'm starting in the center because it's very clear to me. Queen of Coin, King of Coin, overall energy, what's going on in the future. This is a good relationship, Taurus, but it may require that you get a little more down to earth. Your partner may need to get a little more down to earth and start dealing with some of the realities of your relationship, because you can't just go on in a rut and think that you're going to continue to have a good relationship. You will not. Now let's go back to the beginning of this series with the Ace of Cups. I just said it. Got a good relationship. Unconditional love, support, communication, all that shit wrapped up right in one card. So you've got the King of Cups up here from your recent energy. This is dude with his cup, in his cup. This is saying that you should be thankful for what you have. Know that you have the resources to do what you need to do to make this a better relationship, and that the universe has got you. And it's just look at the card. It's peace there. So if you got that, and you remember to keep up your generous nature and to stay down to earth, and if you've been just in a rut, you probably aren't paying attention, but to get more in the moment and start being where you are and dealing with where you are, and do it in such a way where you're not the bull in the china shop, but you're coming off as being compassionate. This is us, caring, and who we really are. The Fool card, and this falls under the line. So from the recent past energy, the Magician, you got the resources, the Eight of Wands, quick moving, if you want to manifest that romance and hot shit in your relationship, to the Fool card, get in the moment. Stay open. Stay open, Taurus. So you can have all the fireworks and shit in the background. Stay open. It'll work. It'll work. You may need to Google something. You may need to read up on something as it pertains to your intimate relationship, your personal relationship, your bedroom relationship. There may be some stuff you just need to read up on and try something different. But don't be afraid to get up there and be the fool. It's okay, especially if you're in a committed relationship. Once again, you've got unconditional love from this person. The universe is telling you got it. So don't be afraid. You know, if you got to roll up in the bedroom in your 9-inch heels and your whip and your leather, do your damn thing. However it's resonating, male or female. Do the damn thing. It'll keep your relationship fresh. You'll keep the fireworks popping. And you'll also add a little magic to it. Let's see what the universe has for guidance for Taurus and Taurus parents. Two of Swords. Queen of Swords. Lord Jesus. Six of Cups. So at the end of all of this, Taurus, universe is telling you, don't get up in your head. Leave whatever issues. Don't be in an argument talking about, and you know, 4 months ago, and you did blah, blah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Universe is telling you, don't get caught up in your intellectual sword, airhead type thinking, where we just block shit off because we're living in the past and we're not dealing with what we currently have. Try to stay in the present moment, because if you don't, you're gonna fall off and you're gonna fuck up. So don't get up in your head about what's going on. Communicate. That's the biggest thing you can do, is communicate with your partner and let them know how you feel. Let them know what's going on. It's not bad thing. It's not a bad thing to check in once a month, every couple of months. How you doing? Where are we? What do we need to be doing? That's not a bad thing. Queen of Swords is telling me you roll up off of some of the rules. As Tauruses, we have a tendency to be very rule-oriented because, again, we're Tauruses and we're earthbound. So we like to know that A, B, C, D, and D is just that. Nothing else. No more, no less. In a relationship, you can't always be so cut and dry. And if you're watching this and you're in a relationship with another Taurus, you might be the one to have to just start breaking some of the rules. And again, get to the bedroom back here with all that passion and shit, you might need to start breaking some rules. It's not a bad thing, as long as you're comfortable with doing whatever it is and your partner is comfortable doing whatever it is. Loosen up on some of the rules, Taurus. Just loosen up on it a little bit. The last card of advice from the universe: keep going. Keep going. Keep it new. Keep reaching for your partner. And you see that hand back there with that damn cup with that heart on it. Know that the divine is working on your behalf to make this shit work. So keep reaching. Keep giving the love. Don't shut nothing off. Don't block nothing off. Keep giving the love, and all will be well. Taurus, I hope you and your Taurus have a good rest of the month, a good rest of the weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.